In this video, I will introduce to you the current Air Force meta from the big data analytic I did, along with the officer's combination recommendation. You can make a reference for yourself through big data. Bomber selection. Let's talk about choosing which camp for bomber. Bombers have become an important role on the battlefield is due to the improvement of the overall Air Force powering up from players. High-power bombers bring incredibly high damage to the ground units. Ground units is no longer the most dominant forces in this game. When multiple bombers appear on the battlefield, it would be difficult to stop them with a few fighters or light tanks. In particular, the excellent performance of the new officer El Cartero with the Liberty bombers completely brought the strategic position of bombers to another level. Current high-level gameplay is relying more on the good collaborations between ground and air units, and the bomber micro and coordination of an alliance can make a significant advantage in the battlefield. Of course, this only happens to early servers and heavy money spent player. However, as time passes, everyone will end up in this situation. Except for Liberty Bomber, players prefer Vanguard Bomber more than Martyr's Bomber, since Vanguard Bomber is used to efficiently kill off artillery units, and Martyr's Bomber is used to kill tank units. However, in the current battlefield, artillery is considered the primary target. In addition, artillery units have slow movement span and lower health allows players with Vanguard Bomber getting more kills with it, and take less damage from enemy fighters. Officer combinations for bombers. Based on the big data, the officer use rate is El Cartero and Gold Pixie is the most popular combination. Usually select the officer with higher level to be the primary officer. Almost half of the players use El Cartero as the primary officer, especially when massive amount of Liberty bombers attacking base at the same time, even had players getting PTSD. The first skill, immobilizing of El Cartero, is essential for bombers. It is a great skill. Immobilizing 2 seconds when fully upgraded even without awaken, among with damage buff, durability buff and speed buff. El Cartero works so great with bombers that travels under enemy fire. He also gives about 30% damage boost after awaken. He is way better than he looks. The second choice is Gold Pixie. Her first skill decreases bombing time, second and third skill increases damage output. Bombers are allowed to get one more bombing chance after she's awaken. Therefore, she is also great for Liberty bombers for dealing massive damage. In addition, she looks sick after awaken. Brisk Eagle is popular too. Before El Cartero is released, players tend to awaken her first for fighters. Some players lack of statues choose to awaken her as Air Force officer because she can be used for bother fighters and bombers. Some people use the Witcher because she is also versatile. Fighter selection. Let's take a look at fighters now. Not like bombers, the most popular fighter is Martyr's fighter. Liberty and Vanguard fighters are less used. There are too many good units in Liberty camp, therefore, players are willing to make other units than Liberty fighter. And Vanguard bomber is popular, so Vanguard fighter is less used. Officers for fighters. Most players use Wings of Glory as the primary officer. His first skill can continuously stack the firepower during the battle, which is good for harvesting low-level fighters. The fourth skill increases the jamming ability and form a good interception effect on bombers. The Witcher and Brisk Eagle are versatile officers so they can manage both fighter and bomber. Heaven's Savior is another fighter officer, but he isn't popular at all. His first skill is passive, the second SKLLL decreases damage from base is a little strange for fighters. Fighters usually don't fight under base fires. The fourth skill increases intercept ability. He does a little bit of everything but does not make significant improvements to fighters. At the end, I would like to thank the data provided by warpath.ufunds.cc. I had a good cooperation with them to get the data for this video.